Good evening and welcome. This is Lisa Lovestone-Gifford, and I am gonna just read. I read a book and then I only agreed with parts of it, but I wouldn't have known that if I hadn't read it. But this book I got halfway through a couple years ago and never finished it, and I really want to finish it, but I'm going to start over. The Four Agreements, I'm sure you've heard of it. So, I buy these books, I might as well read them, right? And just a nice break to get away from the, put the phone down and turn the TV off and just read a book, right? So I'm just gonna read this. And if you want to follow along with me, awesome. So this is The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. It's a wisdom book, so I'm just going to go over the four agreements real quickly and talk about those before I get started on chapter 1. The four agreements are: be impeccable with your word, speak with integrity, say only what you mean, avoid using the word to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. Use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love. So that's the first agreement. This is the second agreement. Don't take anything personally. Nothing others do is because of you. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality, their own dream. When you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering. Sounds good, right? So remember, don't take anything personally. It's not about you. It's about other people's situations, what they're dealing with, what their life journey is all about. Don't make assumptions. You know that saying? Assuming makes an ass out of you and me. Assume, A-S-S-U-M-E, me. So find the courage to ask questions and to express what you really want. Communicate to others as clearly as you can to avoid misunderstandings, sadness, and drama. With just one agreement, you can completely transform your life. That's the third agreement. The fourth agreement is it's bedtime. Always do your best. Your best is going to change from moment to moment. It will be different when you are healthy as opposed to sick. Under any circumstance, simply do your best no matter what the situation is. Do your best. And you will avoid self-judgment, self-abuse, and regret. Okay, so that's the four agreements. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions, and always do your best. Domestication and the Dream of the Planet, Chapter 1. What are you seeing and hearing right now? I think I said that wrong. What you are seeing and hearing right now is nothing but a dream. Sounds like something Bashar would say. You are dreaming right now in this moment. You are dreaming with the brain awake. Dreaming is the main function of the mind, and the mind dreams 24 hours a day. It dreams when the brain is awake, and it also dreams when the brain is asleep. The difference is that when the brain is awake, there is a material frame that makes us perceive things in a linear way. When we go to sleep, we do not have the frame, and the dream has the tendency to change constantly. Humans are dreaming all the time. Before we were born, the humans before us created a big outside dream that we will call society's dream, or the dream of the planet. The dream of the planet is the collective dream of billions of smaller personal dreams, which together create a dream of a family, a dream of a community, a dream of a city, a dream of a country, and finally a dream of the whole humanity. The dream of the planet includes all of society's rules, its beliefs, its laws, its religions, its different cultures and ways to be, its governments, schools, social events, and holidays. We are born with the capacity to learn how to dream, and the humans who lived before us teach us how to dream the way society dreams. The outside dream has so many rules that when a new human is born, we hook the child's attention and introduce these rules into his or her mind. The outside dream uses mom and dad, the schools and religion to teach us how to dream. Attention is the ability we have to discriminate and to focus only on that which we want to perceive. We can perceive millions of things simultaneously, but using our attention, we can hold whatever we want to perceive in the foreground of our mind. The adults around us hooked our attention and put information into our minds through repetition. That is the way we learned everything we know. By using our attention, we learned a whole reality, a whole dream. We learned how to behave in society, what to believe and what not to believe, what is acceptable and what is not acceptable, what is good and what is bad, what is beautiful and what is ugly, what is right and what is wrong. It was all there already, all that knowledge, all those rules and concepts about how to behave in the world. When you were in school, you sat in a little chair and put your attention on what the teacher was teaching you. When you went to church, you put your attention on what the priest or minister was telling you. It is the same dynamic with mom and dad, brothers and sisters. They were all trying to hook your attention. We also learn to hook the attention of other humans, and we develop a need for attention, which can become very competitive. Children compete for the attention of their parents, their teachers, and their friends. Look at me. Look at what I'm doing. Hey, I'm here. The need for attention becomes very strong, and it continues into adulthood, sadly. The outside dream hooks our attention and teaches us what to believe, beginning with the language that we speak. Language is the code for understanding and communication between humans. Every letter, every word in each language is an agreement. We call this a page in a book. The word page in agreement, the word page is an agreement that we understand. Once we understand the code, our attention is hooked and the energy is transferred from one person to another. It was not your choice to speak English. You didn't choose your religion or your moral values. They were already there before you were born. We never had the opportunity to choose what to believe or what not to believe. We never chose even the smallest of these agreements. We never chose even, we didn't even choose our own name, which is true, right? I mean, I like my name. I don't have a problem with it, but I didn't choose it. It was chosen for me. As children, we didn't have the opportunity to choose our beliefs, but we agreed with the information that was passed to us from the dream of the planet via other humans. The only way to store information is by agreement. The outside dream may hook our attention, but if we don't agree, we don't store that information. As soon as we agree, we believe it, and this is called faith. To have faith is to believe unconditionally. That's how we learn as children. Children believe everything adults say. We agree with them, and our faith is so strong that the belief system controls our whole dream of life. We didn't choose those beliefs, and we may have rebelled against them, but we were not strong enough to win the rebellion. The result is surrender to the beliefs with our agreement. I call this process the domestication of humans. And through this domestication, we learn how to live and how to dream. In human domestication, the information from the outside dream is conveyed to the inside dream, creating our whole belief system. First, the child is taught the names of things, mom, dad, milk, bottle, day by day, at home, at school, at church, and from television, we are told how to live, what kind of behavior is acceptable. The outside dream teaches us how to be a human. We have a whole concept of what a woman is and what a man is, and we also learn to judge. We judge ourselves, we judge other people, we judge the neighbors. Children are domesticated the same way that we domesticate a dog or a cat or any other animal. In order to teach a dog, we punish the dog and we give it rewards. We train our children, whom we love so much, the same way that we train any domesticated animal. With a system of punishment and reward. We are told, you're a good boy or you're a good girl when we do what mom and dad want us to do. When we don't, we are bad. When we went against the rules, we were punished. When we went along with the rules, we got rewarded. We were punished many times a day, and we were also rewarded many times a day. Soon we became afraid of being punished and also afraid of not receiving the reward. The reward is the attention that we got from our parents or from other people like siblings, teachers, and friends. We soon developed a need to hook other people's attention in order to get the reward. I mean, you can't argue with this, right? We're trained to want to be acceptable to others. And so we walk and we talk and we do what is acceptable in our own culture. And it's like the feral part of us becomes non-existent. I mean, I've been saying for a while, but are we really free? Here in the United States, are we really free? This is basically a whitey-tidy country. Bleach your house, bleach your this, bleach that, bleach the water, right? Have white teeth, bleach your teeth. I mean, it's a whitey-tidy society. Get A's at school, sit still, right? Yeah, we're like little robots. And we're going to get unplugged. We're going to get turned off if we're not doing what we're told. Okay, where was I? All right. The reward feels good, and we keep doing what others want us to do in order to get the reward. With that fear of being punished and that fear of not getting the reward, we start pretending to be what we are not. Just to please others, just to be good enough for someone else. We try to please mom and dad, We try to please the teachers at school. We try to please the church. And so we start becoming like an actor, acting the part that's expected of us. We pretend to be what we are not because we are afraid of being rejected. The fear of being rejected becomes the fear of not being good enough. Eventually, we become someone that we are not. We become a copy of mama's beliefs, daddy's beliefs, society's beliefs, and the beliefs of our religions. All our normal tendencies are lost in the process of domestication. And when we are old enough for our mind to understand, we learn the word no. The adults say, don't do this and don't do that. We rebel and say, no. We rebel because we are defending or trying to defend our freedom to be who we are. We want to be ourselves, but we are very little, and the adults are big and strong. After a certain time, we are afraid because we know that every time we do something wrong, we are going to be punished. The domestication is so strong that at a certain point in our lives, we no longer need anyone to domesticate us. We don't need mom or dad. We don't need school or even the church to domesticate us. We are so well trained that we are our own domesticator. Thinking about that makes me really sad. Thinking about that as a parent and wanting my son to behave and follow the rules and get the good grades in school makes me really sad. I mean, I thought I was a pretty liberal mom. Liberal means free. People are really fucking up that word. Freedom and liberty are basically the same thing, with liberty and justice for all. That's right. I'm not going to get political. So, but yeah. When my son was little, we went to the Orthodox Church in Gillette, Wyoming. And my son was an altar boy. And he was a good boy. I don't know. I wonder what he would have been like if I wasn't a single mom, because single moms really get criticized. So you have to work harder to have well-behaved children, obedient children, because everybody's watching. Everybody's ready to point the finger. Everybody's ready to give you the eye when you're a single mom. It's not fair at all. And then single dads, oh my God, they get all the fucking help. They get all the fucking help. They get all kinds of free stuff too. Oh, here, you need one of these. Oh, here, take these. We don't use them anymore. Jesus Christ. It is not fair. It's a very unfair society we live in. But yeah, I would love to go back and raise my son all over again and give him a lot more freedom. Okay, so where were we? Okay, so we are an auto-domesticated animal. We can now domesticate ourselves according to the same belief system we were given. And using the same belief system of punishment and reward, we punish ourselves when we don't follow the rules according to our belief system. We reward ourselves when we are the good or bad boy or girl. The belief system is like a book of law that rules our mind. Without question, whatever is in that book of law is our truth. We base all of our judgments according to the book of law, even if these judgments go against our own inner nature. Even moral laws like the 10 Commandments are programmed into our mind in the process of domestication. One by one, all the agreements go into the book of law, and these agreements rule our dream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. We're just rowing our boats because that's what we're told to do. There is something in our minds that judges everybody and everything, including the weather, the dog, the cat, everything. The inner judge uses what is in our book of law to judge everything we do and don't do. Everything we think and don't think, and everything we feel and don't feel. Everything lives under the tyranny of this judge. Every time we do something that goes against the book of law, the judge says, guilty. We need to be punished. We should be ashamed. This happens many times a day, day after day, for all the years of our lives. There is another part of us that receives the judgment, and this part is called the victim. The victim carries the blame, the guilt, and the shame. It is the part of us that says, poor me, I'm not good enough, I'm not intelligent enough, I'm not attractive enough, I'm not worthy of love, poor me. The big judge agrees and says, yes, you are not good enough. And this is all based on a belief system that we never chose. A belief system we did not choose, it was given to us. It was enforced upon us. These beliefs are so strong that even years later, when we are exposed to new concepts and try to make our own decisions, we find that these beliefs still control our lives. And that is true. I am day by day, day after day, trying to break free from so many of these beliefs that I have. Whatever goes against the book of law will make you feel a funny sensation in your solar plexus. And it's called fear. Breaking the rules in the book of law opens your emotional wounds, and your reaction is to create emotional poison. Because everything that is in the book of law has to be true. Anything that challenges what you believe is going to make you feel unsafe. Even if the book of law is wrong, it makes you feel safe. That is why we need a great deal of courage to challenge our own beliefs, because even if we know we didn't choose all these beliefs, it is also true that we agreed to all of them. The agreement is so strong that even if we understand the concept of it not being true, we feel the blame, the guilt, the shame that occurs if we go against these rules. Just as the government has a book of laws that rules the society's dream, our belief system is the book of laws that rules our personal dream. All these laws exist in our mind. We believe them, and the judge inside us bases everything on these rules. The judge decrees and the victim suffers the guilt and punishment. But who says there is justice in this dream? True justice is paying only once for each mistake. True injustice is paying more than once for each mistake. How many times do we pay for one mistake? The answer is thousands of times. The human is the only animal on earth that pays 1,000 times for the same mistake. We really need to take notes from cats. Seriously. All the rest of the animals pay once for every mistake they make, but not us. We have a powerful memory. We make a mistake, we judge ourselves, we find ourselves guilty, and we punish ourselves. If justice exists, then that was enough. We don't need to do it again. But every time we remember, we judge ourselves again. We are guilty again, and we punish ourselves again. And again and again. If we have a wife or a husband, and he or she also reminds us of our mistakes, so we can judge ourselves again, punish ourselves again, and find ourselves guilty again. Is this fair? How many times do we make our spouse or our children or our parents pay for the same mistake? That's something I think that's worth taking a minute, and a mindful minute, and just really deep diving into that question. How many times do we make our children or our parents or a spouse or even ourselves pay for that same mistake? I know that I mentioned this on my video, I think it was yesterday, that I've been really beating myself up about the kitty, Mamie. And yeah, I think I made a mistake, but I'm not positive I made a mistake because I don't know the outcome yet. I only know the current situation, the current status, but I don't know the outcome of what will become of Mamie. So I don't know if it was a mistake or not. I know my kitty colony is much happier, much more peaceful. Everybody's eating out of the kitty cafe again that I built for them. So on that end of things, I made the right decision. Every time we remember the mistake, we blame them or ourselves again and send them all the emotional poison we feel at that injustice, and then we make them pay again for the same mistake. Is that justice? The judge is in the mind, and it's wrong because the belief system, the book of law, is wrong. The whole dream is based on a false law or on false laws. 95% of the beliefs we have stored in our minds are nothing but lies. And we suffer because we believe all these lies. In the dream of the planet, it is normal for humans to suffer, to live in fear, and to create emotional dramas. The outside dream is not a pleasant dream. It is a dream of violence, a dream of fear, a dream of war, a dream of injustice. The personal dreams of humans will vary, but globally it is mostly a nightmare. If we look at human society, we see a place so difficult to live in because it is ruled by fear. Throughout the world, we see human suffering, anger, revenge, addictions, violence in the streets, and tremendous injustices. It may exist at different levels in different countries around the world, but fear is controlling the outside dream. If we compare the dream of human society with the description of hell that religions all around the world have promulgated, we find that they are exactly the same. Religions say that hell is a place of punishment, a place of fear, pain, and suffering, a place where the fire burns you. Fire is generated by emotions that come from fear. Whenever we feel the emotions of anger, jealousy, envy, or hate, We experience a fire burning within us. We are living in a dream of hell. Being envious and jealous, I feel and have felt for many, many years, is like an emotional misery because you're not content with what you have and who you are. Right? If you're content with what you have and who you are, there's nothing to be jealous about. Contentment, gratitude, really important. If you consider hell as a state of mind, then hell is all around us. Others may warn us that if we don't do what they say we should do, we will go to hell. Bad news. We are already in hell, including the people who tell us that. No human can condemn another to hell because we are already there. Others can put us into a deeper hell, a worse hell. True, but only if we allow this to happen. Every human has his or her own personal dream, and just like the society dream, it is often ruled by fear. We learn to dream hell in our own life, in our personal dream. Oh, my green light is blinking. I don't know if you can hear me. I think my battery is gonna die. Wow, this chapter is longer than I thought it would be. So all right, I'm gonna stop there and we will continue chapter 1 tomorrow night. I hope you've enjoyed this. Good night, sleep well. Blessings upon you. This is Lisa Lovestone, out.